The frog hatchery kiddie pool in my backyard has undergone a lot of changes in the last 2 weeks, up to and including the baby frogs have been hatching, going through their metamorphosis. That's the right word, right? They're not quite my pets. I've acted as a passive shepherd. I fed them when they were hungry, filled up the pool when it was getting low, bailed out the water when it was getting high. I was originally afraid of them overflowing and coming right off the top during a rainstorm, but in general, the tadpoles are creeped from the movement of the rain. It adds oxygen, so they have the choice to just sit at the bottom. Much to my surprise, there's many different species of frogs. These tiny little tree frogs. I thought I was going to get all basic brown toads. Turns out different sizes means different species. We got American green tree frogs, Peeper frogs, leopard frogs. It's a regular hootenanny out here. I went ahead and let the grass grow. Kind of seems like it would be froglet genocide if I went ahead and mowed the yard now. I intentionally wanted a smaller yard when I bought this house, thinking it would be less to mow in the middle of the summer. I had no idea that I would just stop mowing the grass and just want to build ponds all day. I've always had a deep appreciation for frogs.
Bad move, Sparky!
I really like freshwater, bog, swamp biomes and all the animals that come with them, but really about half the animals will kill you. I appreciate frogs among others because you don't have to fear for your life. They're just low-key trying to chill. That's a frog. As far as wildlife, there's no other state I'd rather be in. Not everyone gets these little green squawkers outside their porch. Despite having to dodge cottonmouths and alligators, I'm fortunate. This little rotund fellow's name is Barry. How you doing, Barry? The little frog keeps popping his head out of the water, hanging out on this ramp, but every time I go outside, he runs in the algae water. And don't be mistaken, the algae water hides a frog well. It's basically baby tadpole algae thunderdome in here. This happened because I gave this pool a few shots of fertilizer, and lo and behold, Swamp Thing has made his mark.
Swamp Thing! You are amazing!
And so I've slowly been trying to make friends with this little frog, and he absolutely disappears in this water. Just recently, he's decided to look at me for a few seconds. I feel the connection. He knows that I'm not hungry and I'm not going to grab him. It's embarrassing how many times I lifted this ramp looking for my little friend. Nowhere to be found. Only once was this little head bobbing up and down waiting for me under here. As a child, I never understood why frogs fear us so much. In retrospect, it didn't take long to dawn on me. They live in a world where it's Attack on Titan every day. There's no way for me to communicate that I merely just want to be in their presence. It's risky for a frog with cameras around. I could be hard up for a meal because I'm on Naked and Afraid. My frog doesn't know that I'm handled in the cradle of civilization. All of my needs are met. Cold AC blasting my face. This creature can't even fathom the network of humans that keep me comfortable. I always like to think about how dogs mistake us for food magicians, but really it's just Walmart. Dogs are like, "How do you have food?" And then the frogs are like, "How am I not the food?" It's been extremely hot here. Heat advisories left and right. It takes about 8 seconds for me to be covered head to toe in sweat, and I didn't even know sweat glands work that quick. I was born in the humidity, molded by it. I didn't see my own breath until I was already a man. But this heat wave is different. It's thicker. I can almost take a bite of the air. The heat index is 111 instead of 100. Temperatures are stabilizing in these bodies of water. That's fortunate for these guys being frogs. They would not know that they're slowly boiling. Another effect of this sun is the duckweed is not having fun. It's always great to find a new way to eradicate duckweed.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Speaking of harnessing the power of the sun, this solar panel is pretty cheap on Amazon. It's only half covered right now, but at full strength, this nozzle is imbued with the power of Blastoise. At a quarter of sun capacity, it is imbued with the power of Magikarp. And look at this sucker that just climbed into my living room one night. Absolutely shockatized me. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't think this is Southern Leopard. Those purple spots are Grapeaholic. These pond buckets that I'm putting together are originally intended for fish, rice fish, mosquito fish, guppies settling down here. I might throw my guppies in here, but I'm going to pick one for these tadpoles and they're going to go in here. I'm waiting for these to cycle out properly. And I'm going to be strategic because I don't want these frogs eating rice fish eggs. I'm not even sure if that's possible. I think it is. These tadpoles get hungry bungry. I'm wondering if I just keep them fed. Would that avoid confrontation? So if the frog tank mates were live bears like guppies, or the new fish that spawn are already alive and can take up for themselves, then maybe less carnage and more harmony. My next video is going to be about these ponds. In true form, making a video, it was getting too long. I'm now splitting it into 3 videos. Until next time, fish keepers. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. That helps this channel. I'm just a baby. And after my 4th video, all the views actually drop down right here. My dopamine system can't handle the YouTube algorithm rejection. Just look at all those giblets I missed. Thank you for your support.